Hello everyone, the Clouds here, and today guys I'm going to review two of my mugs, which are in fact some recolors of old mugs, which I first made with Shadow back in 2007-2008, but that's not really a matter of importance, so let's move on to the mug first. So, there are two Toas, by the way, and they are all based, so the 2 points which are useful to know about these guys, which are recolored, is that the original models were got really two important points. First one, they used a Xion frame. So what is a Xion frame? Well, it's a body frame made by some guys on Brick Shelf. So it was not created neither by me nor by Shadow, but by a guy on Brick Shelf. And it was quite popular some time ago. So this frame consists of using this A-shaped part or triangular part, so this one right there, and the use also of Mechuan arms to use the ball joints for the Toas, for the characters' arms. So this is the first point of the story, is that they used a Xion frame. The second point is that they used some Knight Kingdom's armors, but that we're going to see that later on. So like I said, a Xion frame, but first of all a Mechu pelvis and then a technique beam to link the Mechu pelvis to the rest of the part, so the Xion frame, which here is modified because I choose to not use this part twice, but as you can see I use some more smaller parts right there to link the neck, for example, and the rest of the parts. So as you can see, the neck is linked to a Mechu head. And also you can see on the back I used these golden parts to make some curve to the overall body right there, so thanks to an Baroque eyes and this part. Also the color scheme will be dark gray, lime green and gold. So now I just have to link this armor. So it's an Inika armor from Jailer Inika right there, and the canary, which will be this one. Will be linked like that. Excuse me, just looking at something, and that's quite all for the body. So now let's move on to the arms. So they are quite simple, except for the double connectors you can see, which is linked to this part right there, here, and it will be quite useful to link the first Knight Kingdom's armor, so this one's there. Then some Mechu arm in lime green and the fist. So the real point of this recolor was using all the parts that Lego did recolor in some of all the arms or legs parts that Lego did recolor in the previous year. So for example, the Mechu arms recolored in lime green, or let's say some parts in dark gray, or the same can be said for some arms or Inika legs recolored in normal red, stuff like that. So I linked the second arm, and here you can see the weapon, which is quite simple. It was made by Shadow, by the way. The weapon was a little more complex, but I decided to split it in twice to make in fact two different weapons. So here you got the kind of a Jailer Maui sword, but kind of not really improved, but just some parts added. Now the legs, which are once again quite simple. Just notice this part, which will once again be quite useful to link the Knight Kingdom's armor part. And that's quite all. So I guess it's pretty obvious to understand how it's made. Excuse me. Then the second one. And here we go, the toy is finished. So apart from the body, which can be a little complex if you do not know how to make a Xion frame, body frame, there is nothing really complex right there, I guess. It's pretty simple, but at least it looks cool. Because of the armor, the color scheme, and well, it really allows you to make a kind of a nice Toa, so really with the heroic feelings, the armor, stuff like that, so yeah. And now let's move on to the second one, which uses the same Xion frame but still got some differences. So first, the color scheme, which here do not use anymore dark gray, but this time use dark red, silver, and light gray. And old light gray, by the way, because it's the light gray from 2001, 2003, so not the one from, for example, Nuparu Inika. That said, there is a little difference. So first, the Xion frame here, which I decided to use this time, this part twice right there. So it's so yeah, just that you have to know. Then I used, of course, this Nuva body frame, body armor, and because I use this part, well, this means there is two differences. The first one is that the ball joints are not blocked like that. So this means I have to use this connectors part to cover the holes. And the second point is that because this part is, well, not as big as this one, this means I have to use this slicer foot right there to continue the shape of the armor. Notice the new Jukanoi. Also, the armors right there, which are different. I also used Baroque eyes to continue the shape of the leg and to cover the hole between well, this part of the leg and the tights. The same can be said for the armors right there, which helped me to make a shape reminder thanks to the use of both these parts right there. The back also, here is I used a robo rider's head and this slicer foot. And for the weapon, well, at first that was supposed to be a part of the sword, but like I said, I decided to split it in two, and this means now this guy just have well, kind of a claw with a long chain. So this means I guess he can launch the claw or stuff like that. And I decided to really make the chain goes all around the arm. Excuse me, like that. Around the arm and the fist. And so the articulations, well, I don't really talk about the articulations first. I'm going to show you the articulations on this guy first. I don't even remember if I showed you a little turnaround, so excuse me, guys. Guys, I'm a little tired today. So after the legs, so there is no problem, so you can see both on the pelvis section and on the knee section. The only problem, of course, comes from the feet, which touch the armor. So, of course, you can't really do that much with that feet. The second, then you got the arms right there, and also you can move these things up to this point. So it's a little more than 90 degrees, and well, I guess it's okay. Then the hands work just fine, and the hands. You can't really move it down, but you can still move it up or on the sides. And the little difference between the two toas in terms of articulations, because, well, like I said, they are quite the same, is the feet, because of course the older feet do not exist in dark red, so this means I have to use some natural feet, and thanks to this, I am now able to move this a little, as you can see, a little tighter than this ones. So this adds to the overall articulations. But apart from that, there is no real big difference in terms of articulations. And if you want a little turn around about this one, here you go. And so that's all, guys, I think, for this review. So yeah, not really the most original Toas you have ever seen, because like I said, Shadow, well, this Toa are inspired from a team of Toa we made with Shadow, excuse me, which I made with Shadow in 2007-2008, and this team of Toa was first inspired for the frame with the Xion frame, so the use of the parts and the Metron arms as for the ball joints, like I said. So this means they are not really that original, because they are more like recolors, even if they got different arms, different colors, and different parts used right there. So well, maybe not the most original Toa ever, but at least they still looks good in my opinion, and well, that's at least one important point for me. But well, hope you enjoy this review, guys. Hope you enjoy this mugs. Feel free to post your opinions, comments, questions, criticism on this mugs in the comment section of this video. I will happily answer them. And I think that's all. So hope you enjoy, guys, and see you later for another video review. Bye bye.